Alright, so Loki Season two's finale has come and gone, and it wrapped up Loki and his character arc so well, and with finding his glorious purpose, and even towards the end of it, there are so many questions that I've left to have answered for the future of the MCU and for the multiverse saga, of course, and like where it's all going for the next two Avengers films, the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. But today we have a report that has recently came out, and that with Marvel Studios and what their plans are for the multiverse saga is that with Avengers the Kang Dynasty might not be the title for Avengers 5, and it might be the thing about having the title changing, even with having the villain Kang be replaced with someone else as well. And that's what I'm doing for you guys in this video, is breaking down all the details and everything that we know so far, even from interviews from someone at Marvel Studios, and even for the features and so much more. And so if you're new, then be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell and so much on future videos. So let's get into it. And so let's talk about what happened at the end of the Loki Season 2 finale. And so I just saw Loki getting onto the runaway and breaking the loom, and even to find his glorious purpose and to even take the throne. And we saw him like grabbing all those branches and saving them from dying. And this just created so much more fun for the multiverse, and wrapped up his character arc. And now that he has found his glorious purpose, and now he is in charge of all those branches, and then we see a brand new TVA and with a whole new group of people that it's like dedicated to protecting the multiverse, and it's set up so much for the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And even with the final shot of Loki sitting there and now being in charge of all those branches, and now why he's called God Loki, and now because he is the god of stories, he has found his glorious purpose. And that's what Marvel Studios has set up Loki's character arc from the beginning all the way up until now. And even for the questions that we need to ask ourselves of what's next for the future of the multiverse saga moving forward. Are we ever going to see Loki return in Secret Wars, have him pop up in another Marvel project? And I think that's what's probably going to happen. And like, even with Loki, even with Tom Hiddleston himself, I don't think he is completely done with the character. But I feel like Marvel does have plans for the future of the multiverse moving forward, especially after that ending. And now with Loki, he has created the world tree with organic branches coming in, so it can safely produce new ones, become organic. And even with Avengers the Kang Dynasty, that's the title of the next Avengers film, and it turns out it might not be the title anymore for Avengers 5. It's because this is coming from Vanity Fair and MCU, the rate of Marvel Studios, which is great read, by the way, that with Joanna Robinson. And it is said that with Jeff Loveness is no longer going to be writing the Kang Dynasty, and now that he was the writer for Ant-Man Quantumania, and now he's stepped away from the project, because of the reason with that being so is that Marvel Studios is more likely to be moving away from the Kang storyline and focusing on someone else and establishing a brand new villain, possibly with Doctor Doom. And what this is saying is that even with Kang the Conqueror, that was established at the end of the Loki Season 1 finale, and he was also set up in Ant-Man Quantumania, and even with the post-credit scene that showed the Council of Kangs and with variants of Kang that are coming, it's set up also for Secret Wars, where we'll have everyone coming together to take down Kang. And even so, that plus it's going to focus on Victor Von Doom, and that is with being like he's going to be focused as the main antagonist. And to me, I think that it's like so dumb for Marvel Studios to be actually doing this. It's because even with Kang the Conqueror, that they have established as like the concept villain that can literally time travel to at any point in time and to kill off any Avenger. Like he was a menacing villain in Ant-Man Quantumania, and I see like it's just to recast the character. I mean, Marvel has done this so many times back in the early days with Iron Man and Hulk, and even with that being, I don't want Jonathan Majors to be replaced as Kang. Plus, I love his performance, and even in Ant-Man Quantumania. And I think it's just like dumb to have them like come in and just like have them bring in another villain with Doctor Doom. And I think what Marvel is doing is just dumb. Even with another point to make on top of this, it's because with Doctor Doom, I think it's way too early for him to be set up. It's because, I mean, Marvel has already established Kang probably as the next Thanos, and that I could probably destroy any Avenger and like a time travel to any point in time, like because even with Nathaniel Richards said that is a descendant of Reed Richards, the Fantastic Four, and just so I think that they should just recast the character. And if you would Jonathan Majors that's going through legal troubles, and we're still waiting to prove if he's innocent or guilty. But just so I don't want them to replace Kang with a different antagonist, even though that he was already set up. And plus, even towards like at the end of the Loki season 2 finale, it just set up so much, even with the TVA and the variants of Kang that are coming. It set up so much for the multiverse, even with Deadpool 3, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. And plus, and even though it was so if Marvel Studios does this, I mean, and like what's their game plan of what they're going to establish for the future. Even with Kevin Wright, who is executive producer on Loki, who was recently in an interview with Combo.com, and he has said this: no, nothing affected our finale. The story that you see on the screen was a story that we set out to make. No one was going to tell us how this project was going to connect. We're going to finish the story that we started, and we're not involved with those projects. And even according to this new report that's come out, I know what I said is that they heard that with Michael Waldron, who is the writer for both the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And now, even like from coming from the executive producer, even what Marvel is planning, and even they're going to scrap plans for the next Avengers movie and not like keeping the Kang Dynasty or not having Kang the main centered antagonist for like this next menacing villain like Thanos, and who was now after every Avenger and time traveling, and even to possibly kill them off. And even I mean with Loki season 2 and its finale, what the ending set up is possibly a multiple things. It's because Loki found his glorious purpose, and now he has become he who remains at the end of time. And even with the crown that we see on his head, that's from the citadel of King's Castle, and now Loki is in charge. He is now the god of stories, and I think if what Marvel is doing is just like not like moving forward with the Kang Dynasty, and I think they just like went down a completely different route, and I guess we'll have to see what the plans are moving forward. And on top of that, he also said that with the threat that we saw at the end of Loki season 2, a multiverse war will come. So basically what that means is that even with the TVA has now gone from an organization that was pruning the branch timelines, and as the people were dying, and the way all the timelines were looking like, they were all over the place. But now, and they got from that to now being an organization where people are now dedicated to protecting the multiverse's infinite realities, to say up so much more for the TVA to have a big role in the future of the MCU, possibly for the multiverse saga, possibly with Deadpool 3, the Kang Dynasty, and the Secret Wars. And even with Deadpool 3, that's going to be a big multiverse story moving forward. And even with Deadpool and Wolverine, they're going to be doing multiverse time jumping and messing with the timelines. And the TVA is going to be involved as well, and including for Mobius, who is going to be in that film. And I'm glad that with Loki season 2 and its finale, it has a clear direction of what's to come, and even with those timelines, and now that Loki is in charge of all of them, and it's set up so much. So my final thoughts are that Loki season 2's finale set up so much for the future of the multiverse saga, including that Loki is now he who remains, is now protecting all of those timelines, and even with all those branches, and now that the TVA will not have a major role moving forward for Deadpool 3, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. And I hope that Marvel does not replace Kang with Doom, and because even if they were to do that, then there will be no clear direction of where Marvel Studios wants to take it. Plus, they already established Kang as its menacing villain as the next Thanos for Secret Wars, the Kang Dynasty, and just so much more to be looking forward to. But I mean I love Kang. I like that like he has a menacing villain and can possibly time travel and kill off other Avengers. But and so there's so much to be looking forward to as well. And so that is going to be it for this video. And let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, and what you think of this. Do you think Marvel should replace Kang with Doom, or do you have any other thoughts? Even Loki season 2's finale, I set up everything, but let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos. And also follow my social, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.